What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stokastic here on the Odd Chopper channel. Of course, the Odd Chopper channel coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Pick'em Bets. Let's go to it. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. I've had better introductions in my life. I have. But we're going to keep the tape rolling. We got to get to it, baby. We're later into the afternoon. I got to get this thing posted for the people. I've got some MLB plays for you. And at the end, I'm going to do a bonus play over on PrizePicks and Underdog using a little bit of odd shopping on those places as well. Looking forward to talking you through those PGA plays. I'm posting a PrizePicks specific PGA video over on the Odd Chopper Golf channel. If you want to go give that a look, that would be awesome. But most importantly, I'm going to talk you through all of the Pick'em things that we have going on here with our Pick'em package. It updates in real time. You can get 70% off of it using promo code WELCOME right now in that video description box below. It's really good stuff. You're going to want to be taking advantage of it. That's all I got for you, my friends. Let's get to it. And look, we got a little green background there because, again, golf. Feeling festive. It's nice stuff. But yeah, check out that Odd Chopper Golf channel action. But we're talking MLB here over at PrizePicks and Underdog. You can use promo code Lindy, get up to $100 over at PrizePicks. You use promo code Stokastic, get yourself $100 over at Underdog. Yeah, that's what you do. You deposit 20, you'll get 20. You deposit 50, you'll get 50, all the way up to 100 on both of those sites. But we're going to start over here actually with the PrizePicks entry builder, and this is pretty wild to me. We only have 7 games going on in this main slate, which is kind of what I'm going to be covering. We're going to throw in, I suppose, that 8th game too at 6:40 p.m. Eastern time, 3:40 p.m. Pacific time. Look at me thinking about things, but there aren't that many great plays with positive EV out of the things that we track here at Odd Chopper for the day. So the top one's Ronald Acuna total runs here going up against Aaron Nola. That makes a little bit of sense to me, mainly because Atlanta, they were red hot. You know, you score 5 runs in the course of a day. Ronald Acuna is definitely your most likely candidate to do it. 459 xWOBA is so dumb, 658 expected slugging. But Aaron Nola ain't bad. 36.1% hard hit percentage, 24.4% K rate. Also, the platoon goes his direction. You look at some of the splits that we have here on your Baseball Savant, and this is very surface action, kind of explaining why in a market-based approach it's standing out. 0.97 whip against righties. Lefties, definitely getting the better half of him here. Although Ronald Acuna, he's an outlier of a human being. He's very good. But Ronald Acuna, when we're talking runs, I think shorting that going to be the first play we want on our card from PrizePicks. I'm trying to build out 4, 5, 6 plays for the card. We're not looking at 2 or 3. That's not necessarily my jam, mainly because you look at the expected value, even of this, is damn near negative here. And that's why we're going to incorporate some projection into what we're doing today as well with the help of our friends over at Stokastic, which is me. Me. I'm helping out too. These are good things. But the next one I want to add to the card is Martin Perez here, going for the Texas Rangers against the White Sox. The White Sox over the course of this season against lefty pitching. Got to switch this out. Like the background music today? I think it's a little luscious. Look at this. The White Sox. Oh, where'd they go? I know they're sitting here somewhere. I know they're not very good. What's happening? Where are the White Sox today? I'm going to find them. CWS. I'm going to have to just group it by team because I'm just so ridiculous. There we go. Chicago White Sox. 103 WRC plus against lefties. They are way better against them. 165 ISO than what they are against right-handed pitching. This is what I was getting at. Looking at the righties. We're just going to group it by team because I'm incapable of seeing CHW. 82 WRC plus. That's one of the worst marks in baseball. Second worst mark in baseball. So this is definitely the preferred handedness of pitcher that they're going to be facing here. To break it down even further, we're going to go to the Texas Rangers here. Like the background stuff. 15.9% K rate. We're using FanDuel scoring when it comes to assessing fantasy score for these pitchers. 284 expected batting average, 343 xWOBA. This is a pretty clear-cut play to me as my like play when we go to pitcher fantasy score. and we take less on 24.5 for Martin Perez. If you look over at our FanDuel projections for today, give you a little sneak behind the glass, nearly 2 fantasy score, but I think it could go even worse in that direction. You need to go pretty deep into the game to get that quality start, to pull off things. And, well, he's gone 6 and 7 here, but these strikeouts are just not there in a prominent way. One game in the last about dozen where he's gone over 5 strikeouts, and that's not even taking into account he's been getting hit up a lot more here of late. Used to be somebody who was getting by with ground ball pitching, 13.2 degree average launch angle. We can go down here to the ground ball rate, just 41.1% on the season as well. So under, taking that less on Martin Perez. He's going to be my like. But my lock play, friends, before we get to the PGA Street bonus here for you, I'll do that at the very end. I think that'll be fun. I want to go to Billy McKinney. This is just wild to me. Why? I don't know. Hits allowed. Going to. This is really fun right now. Just trying to navigate all the things. We want total bases. There we go. Mr. McKinney, congratulations on your homer yesterday for whatever reason and all those things. 4 bases. Touch them all. He's gone over in 4 of his last 5. You know what? How much I care about that? About 0. I want less because you know who he did not face yesterday, friends? Luis Castillo, who is just a filthy individual when it comes to the throwing of the baseballs. 218 expected batting average, 29.6% K rate. Everything across the board looks very, very lovely. Looking at some of these numbers now from a splits perspective as well. 2023. Sure. Is he giving up a little bit more to lefties? Sure. Slightly. But this just comes down to looking at McKinney, where he should be in this batting order, batting 7th. And do you expect a 576 expected slugging to continue? I sure don't, because that is just a 32 batted ball in play sample size, 286 expected batting average. If that were to be the prevailing number, I would not want to be clicking on this. But let's go back and look at a little sample size, shall we? This is last year. Dude couldn't get on the field. 158 expected batting average. I know people can improve, and I know it's just 256 pitches that he saw over the course of that season, but that is because he was terrible over a longer sample there. 213 expected batting average. This is a very easy short in the 7-hole for me, and I think our projections are dead on it over at Stochastic, as well as OddsShopper identifying this with a 54% expected win percentage. I definitely want Billy McKinney less than 0.5 total bases here on the card. So those will be my 3 priority plays here, and then I'll dip into the PGA streets. But we got to jump over to Underdog, as you, of course. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Also, I forgot to revamp and show you that we are doing $1. Yes, happy hour is upon us, friends. For $1, you can jump in over at PrizePicks until 6 p.m. Eastern time. You're going to have over 2 hours by the time this video gets posted to be able to take advantage of that. Only $1 over in the PrizePicks streets. Promo code Lindy gets you the opportunity to get up to $100 in a first match deposit bonus, and you can play as many cards as you want. Rotate these 3 plays around your favorite batter props. Get some correlation in your life. Yeah. Hitter fantasy score. There's a number of spots that you can go there. They're about to start that game, so don't do that. Jose Ramirez, Stephen Kwan. It's going to be an interesting one against Paul Blackburn, but again, correlation. I want to be taking mores together, or I want to be taking less together. Those are birds of a feather now. We can't take the White Sox guys together because, well, they're facing our pitcher, so Martin Perez. That would be awesome if we could get that kind of correlation in our lives, but probably looking at Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout as my main culprits on the more section of hitter fantasy score. Jump over to the DK projections and double check my work, shall we? 6 games. I'll blank everything else out for the people. Pretty close. Trout, there you go. Ohtani, not even in the projected lineup right now. That's silly. Oh, yeah, because from a DFS perspective, you still can't play him on these sides. So, yes, Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani still make good combinations here. I like that. I like it a lot going up against Michael Grove. Look at him. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, dude? Not very good. So that makes a nice card. I think this is going to be positive EV for you right there. I'm going to just place that right now. And then I'm going to add, I want to reuse players. So we're going to add a PGA play to that when we round it all out. All right. To Underdog we go, friends. And a lot of similar features over here. Starting in the MLB streets. Again, we'll jump into the WNBA streets if there's something that pops out to me. Tennis has been kind of nice of late. You want a 2 a.m. sweat in your life? Get over there for some pick'em. Be a lot of fun. But we're jumping to the MLB streets. Same deal. Michael Grove. Lower on that, and we have a lot more plays over on Underdog today with expected value. A lot more to choose from here. I'm going to be shorting both pitchers in this game, so I'll just get this one out of the way too. I love Shohei Ohtani. Love him. Absolutely love him. Most people do. How could you not? Adorable human being. Actually built like God. He's incredible. But lower on both these strikeouts are going to be the direction that I go. The Angels, they're without Anthony Rendon. We're assuming Michael Grove is going to be the one starting. I don't know why he's not listed here, but it is what it is. Mickey Moniak probably going to be in the lineup, assuming that. Chad Wallach probably going to be in the lineup. Jared Walsh probably going to be in the lineup. Lots of pieces there, but I want you to take a look at our presumed starter here. Where did he go? It's definitely not Caleb Ferguson, although he did show up yesterday. That was wild to see. Michael Grove. Why can Michael Grove not show up here? This is a really fun video today. You having fun? I'm having fun. 5Ks is a gigantic number for him. 21.9% K rate so far this season, 18% there. Going to his minor league numbers, 0.9 whip, looked like an absolute stud. 14 strikeouts in just 10 innings. That's not much of a sample size there. Going back to AAA here after the beginning of the season. Worked out some kinks, 68 strikeouts and 59 and 2/3. That's going to project out pretty decently. I mean, if you just make it 1 per 9, be 9 strikeouts per 9 Ks per 9. There you go. That'd be north of 10. That would be a great number, but hasn't really shown up at the big league level yet. I'm going to be buying more into this 1,000 pitch sample size than I am going to be his minor league sample size, where, I mean, obviously we have it more going from that AA ball to AAA from last year. Saw 14 games of sample size, but still, Oklahoma City, probably the best PCL park you could be pitching in there. Doesn't have the Salt Lake City, the Reno, the ridiculous ballparks where it's tough to pitch. So Michael Grove, TBD on that one, but I like lower on 5 strikeouts for him, as well as Shohei Ohtani's jumping out in our projections over at Stochastic. And then Underdog, market-based approach. This looks great too. This is where I want to kind of talk you through the last pieces of this. Paul Blackburn, 3.5 strikeouts against Cleveland. Makes sense to me, but I like this Andrew Vaughn talking about under 1.5 total bases. We are targeting Martin Perez on the other card, but 1.5, that's just a massive number here. Obviously, we don't want to get in the habit of playing too many contradictory plays. He's going to be in the 2-hole. That's kind of routinely how it's set up, but I like getting exposure to different things that aren't necessarily like, this is obviously negatively correlated towards Martin Perez's success, or sorry, demise. That's what we were going for, but I think there's correlation that we can get here. The combination of 2 plays, and then we'll round it out with that PGA bonus play that I have for you. So I want lower on 1.5 total bases. Talked through some of these pieces. And Martin Perez, we don't have a fantasy score to choose from for him here, but we do have Elvis Andrus down here, lower than 0.5 singles or 7.5 fantasy score for Eloy Jimenez. I think either one of them make nice pairings. I'm going to prefer Elvis Andrus just because batting in the 9-hole, presumably batting in the 9-hole like he's been all season long. He's had a bit of a down year after he was just an unbelievable human being when he got traded from Oakland last year. 229 expected batting average for the season. This has more to do with lineup order, hard hit. And Martin Perez, as much as we're picking on him there, he is giving up a lot of expected batting average, but not going to be missing bats. going to be put in play a little bit more. And that 28.5% hard hit percentage, I feel like shorting him looks like a nice number to finish out your card. Get some correlation with that other play, Andrew Vaughn, 1.5 total bases, taking lower on both of them. So yes, we are shorting Martin Perez, but we're also jumping over here to Underdog and firing this one up. All right, bonus plays, baby. We are jumping to the PGA streets. Check out my video covering prize picks for PGA, and then I'm going to give you the Underdog play as well here. But we're going to start off with... Where is it at here? I promise I'm just doing great today. Everything's just fantastic. Holes played, here it is. Hayden Buckley. 36.5 holes played is basically saying, is he going to make the cut or isn't he? First off, this is an elevated event. I'm going to be going less because Hayden Buckley does not have the profile that fits to the mold of what we're looking for a successful golfer to do over at TPC River Highlands in Connecticut. I'm looking for strong approach players. I'm looking for strong short game players. He is neither of those things. He is a phenomenal off the tee player. We're talking 5th in strokes gained off the tee over his last 50 rounds amongst the sample size. That's going to push him up to the top in certain golf tournaments, even in elevated events where driving, a little bit more of a demand on it. This is a 6,850 yard golf course that we're talking about here. I even pulled up the scorecard. Look at that. 6,852 from the tips on the card. It's going to play variable a little bit less on certain spots, but 6,800 to 6,850, I don't really need those strong off the tee guys. Hit some irons in play, hit some 3-woods, have some fun. And there are some forced carry spots. I know that you got some par 4s on the back where you're hitting around a lake, you're doing a lot of other beautiful things. But overall, I'm looking at the profile of Hayden Buckley, and he just demises when he gets around the green. 151 strokes, 151st amongst this field in strokes gained around the green. That is abysmal. 0.5 that he loses per round. He's 81st in strokes gained approach amongst this field. That is not good. Now, the ball striking overall still is accentuated because of that strokes gained off the tee, because he is so good in that regard. But this is going to be chipping, putting, hit it close to the hole. Whoever does that the best is going to be successful, and he is behind almost everybody in the field in that department. So Hayden Buckley, I do not think makes the cut. Therefore, less on Hayden Buckley, 36.5 holes played. I'm going to put that for a 10 spot as well. And $250 to get on a 6-1. And so if we can just hit this, everybody can be happy. That'd be great. And we can add to this total because I want more money. More money is good. Underdog, let's go over here. And this is a market-based approach going prize picks to Underdog. Can't wait to talk you through all of those great things over at the Odd Shopper Golf channel. But, friends, we go to strokes. Look at Wyndham Clark here, 68.5. He just won the U.S. Open. Oh, my God. Eric. I mean, if you even look at this, I mean, whatever. TPC River Highlands, going back to 2022. It is nice that they put that there. He has shot 68, 68, 66, and 71. This is going to be the one day it looks like it's not going to be wet this Thursday, round 1. Again, this is for round 1. The other play, Hayden Buckley, that is for the first, that's for like the overall golf tournament. So a little bit more of a sweat there. 36.5 holes played. It's going to be enjoyable. But we see 68.5 for Wyndham Clark here. Let's go to Underdog. Let's check in on our U.S. Open champ over there, shall we? Where's it at? I don't want higher or lower. PGA, there we go. And we scroll down. Again, I have to scroll down. I can't search it. Oh, yeah, you can. Why don't I do that? Wyndham. 68 strokes. I get to have that as the hook. I want higher for the U.S. Open champ. He just won the U.S. Open, friends. He's playing phenomenal golf. There's no besmirching that, but you go back across to Connecticut, you have all the media responsibilities, you are still, not one of the top 10 players that exists on planet Earth, and we have a little bit of sample size, although he is hitting the ball way better this year than he did around that time next year. This just feels like I don't want to call it a gut play because it's definitely not that, but higher on 68 shots, considering I'm getting the hook, considering I'm expecting that to be right around the stroke average for this, for the first round here amongst some of the top tier players. Wyndham Clark just goes into the higher category. I've got him for over a shot higher for his first round than is listed. He does have an early morning tee time, which was the one reason I almost hit eject on this for this first round, but I still think it's a pretty good target. Higher on 68 strokes for Wyndham Clark. Again, we're just straight up shopping. 68.5 here over at PrizePicks. 68 for him over here. If you believe the opposite, take the less on Wyndham Clark over at PrizePicks. Surely the payout structures are a little bit different how it works. We're going to be smart this time and click the insured entry like a smart kid. That's what I like to do. And we will have that functionality added to OddsShopper in the very near future. But anyway, friends, that does it for me. You can see all of my plays on the card here. Grove and Ohtani we're taking lower. And strikeouts lower on Vaughn and Andrus, and then higher on Wyndham Clark. We're shorting every single player on that card. For everybody who likes their overs, sorry about it. Over here on PrizePicks, we're talking Acuna, less than 0.5 runs. Martin Perez, less than 24.5 pitcher score. Billy McKinney, less than half a total bases. Ohtani and Trout, the correlation station, along with Hayden Buckley, less than 36.5 holes played for the Travelers Championship. Hit that like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel here at OddsShopper. Check out all the great stuff we have going. I'm doing this video every single Monday through Friday, so help me God. I'm making sure I find time to help you people. Love you all. This was the best. Until next time, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the pick'em streets on PrizePicks and OddsShopper for today.